Welcome to my YouTube channel Marketing 5.0. Thanks much for continuously watching my video and sharing with your network and offering your valuable comments. So with your great support, we have published so far around 95 videos, almost 9 playlists, and we are now in 10 playlist of customer satisfaction and customer delight. So in today's extremely competitive world, it is very important to hold our customer because companies normally do the different stages of acquiring customers and very important, not only you are acquiring customers but you also need to retain the customers. But the moment you lose the customers, it's very difficult for us to regain, which is very important. So regaining is highly impossible. We cannot regain the customers because customer has a lot of choices because they will move from different brands, different products and different services. So in general, options are more for customers, so the regaining is highly impossible. So how do you retain your customers? How do you retain the morale of the customers? How do you motivate the customers to stay with you? Which is very important thing. So that is what today we will see about how to handle the customer distress. So techniques, we are talking about techniques to handle customer distress and how to turn the customer distress into delight and how to win the hearts and minds of the customer. So it happens in both the scenarios actually, whether it is in the product scenario or a service scenario. The customer normally encounters a distress, especially when they are dealing with high value products, high value services. Because high value product services, because where the value of product is high and purchase frequency is less. So that is the reason customers normally get anxiety and distress. So especially in the scenario of cars, when the company sells the cars and the real estate company sells apartments or houses, or when the consumer travels to different locations for leisure travel, or they go for any hospitals for any health services which are high value in nature, undergo a treatment, especially surgery. So these are all the cases. Normally, the customers get more anxiety. The anxiety leads to distress. So that is where very important for the company to manage this anxiety and distress and never allow the anxiety to convert into distress. So today we will talk about some of the aspects the techniques to how to handle the customer distress and manage the anxiety of customers. The very important thing is the number one. There are two things actually when you want to manage the customer distress and manage the anxiety. The first one is empathy. So whenever the customer face any of these issues, especially with the high value products or services, so they will connect with the company. The very important thing is empathy. So you have to empathetic towards the complaints from the customers. So not turning a blind eye or just like ignoring the responses. The very important thing is empathy, and you have to make the customers feel comfort with the comforting words. So that is where the company needs to train the front office or whoever actually handles the customers, especially the customer touch points. So I share our experience actually. So we are into products and services. So many cases, one of my friend, he wants to buy an apartment from a leading builder in India. But whenever actually the person interacts with the customer relationship executive, they're least bothered about actually. They always want to push, whatever they want. They don't listen to whatever customer says. So my friend underwent a lot of trauma and stress dealing with the customer relationship executive because I actually found that person who is not trained as a customer relationship executive is more so as a kind of a collection executive. So that person is trying to extract money from my friend who is a client and not bothered about the other aspects. So that lead to a lot of stress to my friend dealing with it. So this is where I find the stress is very important.